Today I decided to fire up my Bamboo Labs printer and 3D print a gaming mouse. How hard was it to do? And was it worth sacrificing my newly bought Razer Viper V3 Pro for this project? Let's find out. I printed the mouse at 50% speed to help make some of the walls smoother. Credit to my friend Bashonda for the tip. The model can be purchased from Maxius on Colts 3D. After printing the mouse out, I had lots of supports to clean up. Thankfully, it wasn't too hard. I just had to make sure I was careful around where the side buttons were printed out. This was about 20 minutes of work, and by far the most annoying part of this project was taking off the bottom support. Now it was on to sanding. Once I was satisfied with that, it was time to tear down the Razer Viper. First, taking the feet off the mouse, then the 4 screws, and then using a plastic opening tool to separate the shell. Next, I had to unplug the ribbon cable and remove the board with just a few screws. Finally, I unplugged the battery. On the top half of the shell is the circuit board, which has the scroll wheel and the mouse buttons. I went ahead and removed that too. Now time to assemble the new mouse. The instructions say to use the pointy screws from the original Viper to hold the boards in place. Adjusting the tightness on the screws holding the buttons in place actually allows you to adjust the click sensitivity a little bit, which is pretty cool. You're probably wondering why the color of this mouse changed. That's because I broke the other one while assembling it, so this is attempt number 2. And now, in theory, we have a fully functioning mouse here. We'll go ahead and get our battery cable plugged in. So how does it feel? Actually, really good. My mouse came in at about 37 grams. I was a little worried about how the roughness of the 3D printed plastic would feel, but after sanding it, it still has a bit of texture that lets me have a nice grip on it. You can always add grip tape to the mouse if you don't like the feeling of the plastic, but I think I'm not going to do that for now. Another thing I was skeptical about was how consistent the mouse clicks would feel, but they feel pretty solid actually after adjusting the screws. I decided to use ESP Tiger Ice V2 dot skates for my mouse, and the glide actually feels pretty good both on cloth and glass pads. Compared to my Pulsar X2 Crazy Light Mini, which is the mouse I've been maining for almost a year now at this point, the weight feels similar, but with a slightly bigger shape. The shape is actually a clone of the Final Mouse ULX Tiger, a mouse I personally don't own, but I did like the shape of. Weight distribution doesn't feel as good compared to my Crazy Light. The mouse feels a little bit front heavy, but I didn't feel like it was impacting my ability to aim in any way. Overall, I think this is a very fun project if you have a 3D printer, and I hope to try out more of these types of projects. So if you know any more shapes or mouse mods or anything of that nature that I should try, let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video.